So today we will start a new series of daily self-Vod review. So we have daily topics. We will review what we are doing, how we are performing, and let's see how far that goes. Have fun with the video. Okay, so we will discuss risk management, as I discussed. So we have some new definitions. We have been working on it already the past weeks, but we have been doing kinda wrong, and we have a new definition. We sort of new things. Well, we actually got taught new things. And the thing is that I will be forced or focused more on my main tank now. So in the past, I was usually focused on the most forward person. But in this case, I will be really focusing on playing with the tank. This game I have played here, I was not focused on tank, so I will do this wrong a lot. Yeah. So we will mostly follow the tank now, and we will now estimate how it worked of me not following the tank, what the repercussions were. If I actually find myself, here we are, let's go. Let's go. Let's skip, of course, the start. Let's skip a time, a little bit less. Somewhere like here. Okay, let's go. Yeah. And we start here already without our tank. So even the start, we will do in the future, we'll try to start with the tank. Even though this is, of course, kinda, yeah, well, not really important, but even here, so here this is now okay. And now, and this is where the problems begin. More or less. So the timing is kinda correct, I would say. And actually against an Orisa, it's actually also okay to not attack the Orisa. But the thing is that here I can shoot Orisa into the back. And just have full pressure onto Orisa. Because the thing is that if we don't focus fire, basically the entire pressure from Roadhog on Orisa is wasted, or my pressure on the backline is wasted, one of both. Like this will not work out. This is one thing we want to fix, of course. Let's see what happened here. So because, well, we kinda did actually okay here, I think. Let's see. Maybe it was okay. Let's see. So it kind of worked out because Hawk is just very beefy. Yeah, but here again, we peeked before our tank, and we kind of threw away our railgun, our value, our mercy beam time, we just threw away for nothing, basically. And we, of course, we also gave the enemies resources in the form of, well, time, attention, and also ult charge a little bit. Because this is all just white damage, right? This damage cannot lead to a kill. So it doesn't matter what I do here. This will not lead to a kill until we actually coordinate the pressure with the rest of my team, basically. That's the thing is. And here now I'm dropping and risking of just getting speared and junknated or something. And then say, hey, Butter Boy, welcome to the stream. And yeah, and that's why kind of being here in this middle of nowhere kind of gives the enemies an option to not shoot the Hawk, which is, of course, the Hawk is usually very good at soaking up damage, but instead them shooting me instead. And there's no need to give the enemies these options, right? I could have done whatever I'm doing here right now. I'm sure I could have done exactly the same from up here. Just go here to the back, then you already seen all enemies, but you can actually also just cover enemies like this, so you see only Orisa, and then you go back so you only see the Orisa's head. Like the chance of getting a spear here and actually dying from the spear is 0. While the chance of dying here is very high, and the thing is, it doesn't take skill for the enemies to kill me here. Oh, the only thing that's required for the enemies to kill me here is really just spear from Orisa hitting, and either Junkrat, Torbjorn, or Kiriko, either one of the three randomly shooting straight in my direction. Why? Because I'm in a straight line, so they will hit guaranteed. I will just die here. So this is like a hardcore throw. And why? Just because I didn't wait for the tank. Let's watch this out, how this played out again. With overlay, the tank is forward, Genji is forward. And now what happens here is that I see Genji goes in. As I said, in the past I thought, okay, I go in with the most front teammate, but this is not good enough anymore. Genji has its own escape plan. So if I go in with Genji deflects, dashes out, but I will still be in. And this is my death, basically. I need to coordinate with not with Genji, but with my tank. okay, it kind of worked out. My team bailed me out. Enemies focused Genji, enemies focused Orisa for no reason. Like this Orisa is shooting the Hawk, but why? Why is Pringles shooting the Hawk? There's no reason. This is just a low elo player. Some of them are on Diamond, where I'm as well. It's because it's the lowest R game. That way they don't punish me for that. But they could have, and there's no reason for me to give them this option. Okay. Okay, I think the rest is a little bit boring. We completely ignore our tank. Continue to ignore our tank. And again, like, what am I doing here? This Zoro Kiriko cannot heal up everyone, right? It doesn't matter where I do damage now. And there is no need for me to risk dying to a Junkrat if I can also just shoot the horse with my Hawk. I could get the same result with less risk. Because basically this is now just a numbers game. It's 5 for 3, right? It's just a numbers game. It kind of worked out in the end, so it's fine. But not because we played good, but because our teammates bailed me out and the enemies failed, basically. That was kind of, yeah, well. Now, and now the same again. And these types of actions I will also remove for now. I might add these types of plays later again, but I want to first fully understand what it means to really play behind my tank and really wait for my tank to go in and give him a chance to actually find the opportunities. Because usually I always get, oh, what if the enemies get high ground? What if the enemies get to chokes? Let's push them back and that. But you see, I'm completely isolated, I'm completely alone. If the top randomly walks up and drops onto me, I'm just dead for no reason. Like nothing gained. And this is something I'm not getting punished for at this elo, but I might get punished for in a higher SR. Like here, I actually faced Orisa. And now, because I'm so forward, the supports also go forward. And you see, Anna has half HP. It's actually an unnecessary risk. And my Hawk is on the payload. Yeah. If I do things like this, I should just take the most safe route and maybe do it from the furthest back, because there's also an easier target to shoot here. Like, this is more safe than this one. Not from the angle I'm using, but just from general. If you look at from this, like, yeah, totally open, no cover. But here, of course, I'm into cover faster. Yeah, they actually get punished for it. As I said, because there is no cover here. Like, I was creating a shooting lane through here. Shooting lane is if you have two covers, like you have this left side wall and you have this right side wall, and if you can combine them, you create a very narrow corridor where you can shoot through, and you have a very narrow corridor where you have cover from left and right. This is a shooting lane. So you combine two covers with some distance in between and use them both, and that's a shooting lane, which I created here. That's why I kind of had the feeling I'm safe. But if you look from the top, yeah, well, I was not safe. Why? Because I was too far away from every cover possible. I was in the center of the map. And Farah punished me for it. Thank you, Farah. I kind of revealed my mistake here. Awesome. And why? Because I wasn't playing behind my tank. Skippity skip. Am I still not alive? No, I'm alive yet. Okay, what's the situation? Anna spawned, I'm going in, tank is there. Okay. Yeah, I think this is a terrible position to be in this case. Why? Because we are not accumulating pressure to the same target, but we're actually splitting. But okay, I need to go in first somewhere. But the thing is, I did not even check where the tank is. Like, this top should be dead. How am I allowing this bronze top play? And this top gets away with this bronze play because these two dudes are also bronze players, obviously. In no world do they belong in diamond. They jump in and attack the Pringles with 1000 HP armor stuff and fully ignore the tank shooting at the top. And the top should be dead here, and we totally failed. It really doesn't matter how good my aim is in this situation, or my cooldown management, or whatever. I just attacked the wrong target, I went in the wrong position. And why? I ignored my tank. And the thing is that I should kind of try to play the tank game first, and then if it doesn't work, then I try to do my own gameplay. But if the tank is currently the beefiest unit on the field, like the strongest DPS, the most HP, most damage, insane abilities, like insane mobility and damage and armor and everything. Like, orient on your tank. and you see, of course, it's hard to fight a horse. Horse has a lot of cooldowns, a lot of HP, but the hawk did not attack the horse. The hawk attacked the Torbjorn. And Torbjorn would have been a good target to kill. I'm so far back that I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Ah, I'm shooting the turret. I can't, I'm busy shooting the turret. Slid in the wrong direction and got punched for it, but that's fine. That is not so important. Switch to Ashe. That switch good. I think it's okay because I also wanted to try different characters. Like in the past, I was like a Sojourn one trick, but now I'm starting to get back into playing more Ashe, a little bit more Tracer. So my plan will be to play Tracer as dive character and Ashe as like long range or low resource DPS, or basically against a Pharah counter. But actually not sure. I kind of feel like at lower levels, the Sojourn is a better Pharah counter because of the speed. I've not warmed up on Edge for a long time, as you can see. But again, I walked out without my tank. Because realistically speaking, if my tank is here, the question in chat is, which space do I have if my tank is here? Well, obviously the space down here is not my space, the space is contested. The space I have is actually this space. This is the space I currently own. This is where I can stand and shoot freely. Because if the enemies walk around to shoot me here, then the horse can punish them. But if I stand here, the horse cannot punish them for shooting me. Let's still see my... Yeah, you see, and I also overcommit to this angle. It can be more... Actually, it's not so bad. Actually, it's not so bad. I don't know. I think this was not so bad. I think this is mostly a timing error and not a positioning error. Run, run, run. Okay, now it's easy because my tank is already forward. Terrible aim. Said I need to incorporate now Ashe more again in my warm-ups. This one I do not know actually. I think because playing with tank, I really need to play by the book. I need to play this correctly. And the thing is, if you watch this again from top, where am I? There is the Yashi. And we make a pause here. And again, it's the same mistake. I create a shooting lane between the payload and the targets. But if you look from top, I'm the furthest away from every cover possible, right? And it kind of need one cover and stick to it, despite shooting lanes. So maybe the shooting lanes this is more concept, more used to Call of Duty and stuff. Maybe I really should stick more to cover usage and peak shooting. And this is of course not Ashe range. That's of course the other topic. So maybe for here, up here would be still better, like peak shooting here. I could still see some targets. Hard to say honestly. What is with this cover? So this would give me the same, but behind my horse. So this might even be better, because I don't have a shield, so I don't need the high ground. I actually don't need the high ground. I can shoot from here, like either Torp or peek and shoot the horsey. This one, I don't know. Can I go in here? I think I can. So I could isolate the horse as well. So basically, from back here would be the correct angle, right? Because then these guys have no chance to peek me. They're kind of nervous about this type of situations. Because then it's basically a damage race, right? Me against the Torp. Soldier against the Pharah. Like who will win? And I think... Yeah, I don't know, man. So I think sniping the horse is not strictly the correct play here, unless it gets antenated, slapped, or attacked by my horse. So this is something that I think I kind of need to snipe something, but this is maybe just too much. Maybe sniping the Mercy from break here would also have been enough, right? Because of course, the enemy positions very correctly. Like she can see one enemy, me, nice, because I give her, and being safe from my entire team, and this is of course wrong. So I need to peek the entire Anna's team just to see her, and this is of course too greedy of an angle. I need to have far better aim to peek this. So if I would have better aim, Then I could peek this, but of course then the enemies would also shoot back better. So I'm not sure. This was too close to Orisa in general. So why do I talk so long? It was just too close to Orisa. Right, that's all.
Where's my backup?
Where's my backup? Okay. This is mostly irrelevant. Here we get impatient. You see how scuffed this is. You see how we kinda trade resources one after the other. So right here. No, even before that. Now everyone is full HP. Now look at that. No one waits for the tank, right? Everyone thinks, oh, I just walk out of the spawn, then we regroup at the choke, and they all walk out. First End and Soldier. They kinda trade here. Before we are even close to do anything here. And it just trades our main heal, basically. So, why is... And now Mercy wants to res, but while Mercy waits for her rest cooldown, this guy's already went in, like the same arrows that I do. Doesn't wait for a tank, doesn't wait for... no one, just runs in. Now this guy runs in, this guy runs in, and even more precise. Look at this. While Soldier and Orisa basically do nothing, they just position at the moment, right? They are not really pressuring anything much, right? They shoot a little bit on the horse, but that's only mostly white damage, so they can ignore it. And while they position, I go for a one on the Pharah, and I eat the rockets. Now I'm low, and then now I need to retreat and give the space to Pharah. Now Orisa fights, and gets low. And because Mercy was rezzing, she isn't there to heal up the Orisa. And now Orisa needs to retreat. Now Soldier is the next one to get low. And you see how we kind of tried to synchronize and go in at the same time, but in the end we all kind of trickled in one by one. Like, no one from my team managed to do anything but white damage this entire fight. And why? Because we didn't wait for the tank at the beginning. Well, actually I'm not sure if it's really because we didn't wait for the tank, but it's one theory, and this is one theory we have to test out. This is what we're going for today. Feel free to leave a subscribe and like and follow, and also come by and watch me live on Twitch, whatever you fancy. If not, it's also fine. See you next time. Bye bye.